Sup nerds, I'm Aaron. Today we're going to talk about my top 10 games of all time as of right now. You can see that I don't have any games on the table. These are all things that kind of embody my personality. I have a lightsaber because
It's the blue lightsaber.
yeah, and if I press it, it turns red.
What? Do all Jedis have that option?
Yeah, they just switch a switch. I have a Nintendo Switch out here because I play that a lot. I have some amiibos to go with it. I have a Keyblade because Kingdom Hearts is one of the best games of all time. I'm still waiting for Kingdom Hearts 3. I have a D20 because games. I have the DeLorean from Back to the Future, and it's in Legos, so it's a double whammy. Also, skateboard and a Frisbee to prove that I'm somewhat athletic. The last time we did a top 10 games of all time was in 2016. We missed last year. We're just starting off this year right. Starting with a couple honorable mentions though, because a 10 list is really hard to make, and some of these games I just haven't played enough. They probably will bump other things out later. The first one is Fallout. I haven't got through a whole game yet. I really like the IP, and I really just enjoy it so far. Like, the dice rolling is cool, but I just need to finish the game a couple times, and it'll probably bump something out. Seventh Continent. Also haven't got through the entire first Curse. Pandemic Legacy Season 2. Haven't finished it yet.
We're in March. We just finished March.
Yeah, so I really enjoy it though. Like, Pandemics are awesome, so honorable mention. And the Unlock series. So I'm going to peel off this notepad, and it's going to reveal my number 10.
I'm not going to look at it. I want you to say it.
Pulsar 28.
Yes! Yes!
We got some crossover.
Woo!
Watch Tom's video and you'll know why.
It was on
I'm
Tom's
so
list.
pumped.
Don't watch Tom's video.
Mine's higher. It's higher on my list though, so that's cool.
Yeah. I really enjoy Pulsar. I love the dice drafting mechanic. At the beginning of every round, you're like, okay, what actions do I want to take? I want to take this and this. All right. Well, he drafts. Oh, he took that dice. No, I wanted that dice. So there's a whole bunch of like, okay, now I got to change my strategy. I need to kind of like cater my strategy towards the end goals and try and get as many victory points as I can. Just like every game, you want to have the most victory points. I really enjoy it. The space exploration is a lot of fun. Trying to like flip over all those planets. Number 9, Blood Rage.
Not
What?
surprised at
You're
all.
saying that.
Yeah, it's, of
I
course.
mean, so
the
Pulsar's
next
the
8
only
games will be
I'm
Xenon.
gonna say Pulsar's the only especially since he didn't put Pandemic on there.
All right, real
Pulsar's
quick,
the
real
only
quick.
non-Xenon.
Just pause. Let's do our guesses. We guessed for mine.
yeah.
Arcadia Quest is gonna be on here.
Zombicide,
Zombicide.
Camp Grizzly,
The
Dead of Winter,
no, the
Flick 'em Up,
Corleone's Empire.
Corleone,
Godfather.
Godfather. Okay,
Godfather's
that'll
gonna be on
there.
here.
The Others could be on there.
Oh.
Ninja Turtles could be on there.
Oh, you guys are hitting lots of things, but we'll see. So number 8, number 9, Blood Rage. I really like the. It kind of calls me back to Risk. The whole just area control, moving around, crushing each other. This one's a lot more brutal. It has drafting in it. You're drafting cards at the beginning of each turn, which decide how you're going to play out the rest of the game. You're drafting your goals, your missions. You're drafting powers that you can equip to your people. You're drafting better people, like the big monsters, to come fight for you. It's epic. It's awesome. And it's just a lot of crushing each other. You're like, okay, I'm moving in, and you're dead. Just.
I still haven't played this game.
I only played it at C1 Expo like 3 years ago.
All right, number 8, Charterstone.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
That's true. We didn't mention any Stonemaier games, and he does love Stonemaier. So
Yeah.
That's fair.
Scythe might
Oh,
also.
Scythe
be on
will
there.
probably be on here.
or Euphoria.
Uh,
Now Scythe would be over Euphoria for him.
Scythe definitely before Euphoria. I'm gonna guess Scythe in the top 3.
All right, so Charterstone. We haven't finished this game either.
We're
We're
far.
pretty close. We're pretty close. There's so much about it that I like. I can't spoil it for you guys yet, but just like the bump mechanic for one, the fact that the rounds aren't really timed. It's just like based on the fact, whenever you take these certain actions, it moves the round marker ahead. Like
the fact that one of the boxes has a living hamster in it is like, I was like, whoa!
You better play
what
this
were
game
you,
fast.
What were you eating, man?
I'm really looking forward to the end game when we get our unique Charterstone, where we played through the entire game and now we have this worker placement game that's completely unique.
That Tom owns because we've written a lot of swear words on it.
Yeah, and
Are you not worried at all about the imbalanced issue?
I think you're the only one worried about that.
I think It'll be fine.
Like,
Okay.
I have my trust in Jamie so much that I believe he's thought of this way ahead of time.
But what if you just like idiots playing the game? They just make dumb choices.
Are you saying that you're an idiot?
I
playing the game,
am.
making
I'm
dumb
really
choices?
unhappy with some of the choices I've made. I've made very, like, strategic for that round, not for the end game decisions on how I built my charter. Anyway, Aaron, Charterstone.
Charterstone, number 8.
Number 7.
Number 7, Ethnos.
Okay.
Really?
Have you played this one yet?
I haven't. No.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
It's a good game.
good. It's a area control game that you do set collecting to actually. So it's kind of in the vein of like Ticket to Ride,
Right.
but it's area control, and it's cool mini or not.
Of course.
If you
Right?
don't care how the game looks on the table,
Yeah.
it's great.
That is one thing. Every time I look at that, I'm like,
It's so bland. The cards are gorgeous,
Yeah, the artwork on the cards is.
but you never
Pretty
see the
decent.
cards because they're always in your hand.
I mean, but you're looking at your hand. You're trying to figure out
You
what
mean
cards
like
you're trying
they're
to-
never like laid out? Is what you're saying?
From a like Instagram photographer perspective,
It's just a game that is very accessible. Like I can bring it out and kind of teach anyone how to play this game because it's just okay. Do you want to take a card off the top or take a card from the lineup? And you're trying to build these sets. You're using those sets to put into certain provinces, and you build your influence up there. And you're trying to like take over these areas to get victory points in the end. And it's all like timed by once all these dragons come out because the dragons are coming. So number 6 might be a game that you guys have already guessed, but not. Escape.
Oh yeah, he does like that
Escape.
game.
The dice rolling. Escape the
Cursed Temple.
Cursed Temple.
Have you
yes.
played the zombie one yet?
I have all the expansions for base Escape, so I haven't.
You have the big box.
Yeah, I haven't needed to try the zombie one yet. It's probably good. Like, it's probably good, but I just every time I play it, it's just that rush of okay. It has a soundtrack. You have this limited amount of time. You're rolling dice. I love rolling dice, and it's co-op. So co-op games have always been another game type that I've liked because they're very easy to introduce to people. You all win or lose together. Like that's why Escape is in my top 10. That's why it's number 6. Time to move on to number 5.
Look him up. Champions of Midgard.
Yeah.
So far, that's the only thing that's been on all 3 of our lists.
And
That's
it
pretty
is.
good.
I'm pretty sure.
anything else? Does anything else compete for it?
I mean, we both had
Descent-
Pulsar.
We both had Pulsar.
No, but all 3.
You had
Maybe if you have
Imperial
Descent or
Assault.
Imperial
Imperial
Assault.
Assault.
And that's like it, right?
Well, there's still 4 more.
We'll
after
see.
this
So
one.
4 more. So Champions of Midgard. You're probably watching this video first. Let me go into the detail.
Because Aaron comes first in the alphabet, I've struggled with that my whole life.
But Riggs comes second to last because there's Tomlin too.
QRS.
You had to think
See,
about it.
I'm still
You had
after
to think about it.
Riggs. I just wanted to sing a song.
So Champions made it to the top 5 of my top 10 list because dice, worker
Right.
placement, epicness. Like every time we play this game, I really like it. The expansions just added that little bit more that was missing. Like the fact that now when you send your guys out and they die with the Valhalla expansion, you get a reward for dying in battle. Like that's what Vikings do. Like it makes so much sense. Like it's awesome.
I do feel like it begs the question: if we never played with the expansions, would this still be on the spot in your list?
For me, it wouldn't be.
Probably. Like I know it gets compared to Lords of Waterdeep, but I still would like this over Lords of Waterdeep because the dice.
Yeah.
Because the dice.
All right.
Number 4.
I think you guys, you guys have guessed this one.
Flick them up.
The Godfather.
Yeah.
All right.
Another worker placement game.
Another
Simon game.
Another Simon
It's the
game.
3rd one so far, right? I would have thought there'd been more.
There's still time.
Blood Rage, Ethnos, and this. But I would have thought there'd been more as we got to 4. I would have thought like there'd be 1 or 2.
We'll see what the others are.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Because Arcadia Quest is still he hasn't said it yet.
Arcadia Quest is going to be 1 or 2.
Or 3.
No,
It
it's
can't
1
be
or
4.
2.
It
It's
can't
1
be
or 2.
4. We just know it can't be 4.
It can't be 4. So, The Godfather, it just takes worker placement and adds area control into it in a way that's just so beautiful. Like, you're placing your thugs out there, and you're taking over these turfs, and you're gaining, stuff like you do in a worker placement, but then you're also fulfilling these missions where you're killing off the other people and taking their influence away from the different turfs and putting them face down in the Hudson. As you're completing these jobs, you're getting money, which is like your potential victory points, but you actually have to complete certain jobs that allow you to suitcase that money, and once it's suitcased, you finally have those victory points, but they might not be completely safe because somebody could extort that money out of your suitcase. So like, it's just very gritty and it's a tight game that like, I just love it. Every time I played it, I'm you're placing a guy, he's dying, then place another guy, and it's awesome. And neither of you have even played it.
Yeah, I know. So far, I'm 3 for 3 on the
I kind of
Simon games.
regret not sitting down to have you teach me at Dice Tower Con last year. Do you feel like having taught this game so many times at conventions has like made it better or worse for you?
The fact that I've taught this game so much, like I know the ins and outs of it, and I know kind of like the best strategy per se. I mean, there's still a lot of, you can only do what's available if other people haven't taken that spot. But it hasn't really dampened it for me. Like, I've seen it a ton. Like, I've, talked about the rules until I was hoarse, and I still like this game. It's awesome.
That's a testament to how much you like it, that you've played it that many times and still...
Yeah, like, because when I play it, when I'm teaching somebody, I get to play it as 4 different people. I'm like, hey, you should play this card. And I remember this guy, like, hey, you should play this card.
It's Aaron versus Aaron versus Aaron versus Aaron.
So my number 3 is one that will probably always be on my list, Arcadia Quest.
What?
Number 3?
Number 3?
Arcadia Quest will always be near and dear to my heart. It was one of the first things I kickstarted. It has dice. And it has the exploding dice mechanic, which is my favorite thing about the dice, because like you roll the dice, if you get a critical hit, you get to roll another dice. You're doing more and more damage. And it's a campaign-style game where you pick your 3 heroes that you want to play as, and as you go through the campaign, you're beating the missions, you're unlocking new weapons and upgrading your characters and getting more and more dice to roll. And it's a lot of fun. It's really hard to find time to play it, because to play through a whole campaign, you're looking at least 6 hours. Like, if that's, you're just like flying through it.
And it's really like a campaign-based game. Like, playing just one scenario doesn't really do it justice. Me and Josh played through a whole campaign, the base campaign.
Yes. Yeah. And there's so many more campaigns now. And now with the dragons, after you beat the campaign, you all cooperatively go and face the dragons. So there's just so much. And there's the pets, which add these little pets, little minions that follow you around.
Pets?
Yeah, pets add pets. These little minions that follow you around and give you perks, or they can kind of like debuff the other players. Oh, there's so much, and mounts are coming out soon.
So many things.
There's so much. I have everything there is for it, and that's why it has to be on my list. I spent so much on it. And it's really good. All right.
What's number 2? Now I'm just...
Number 2?
I don't
I don't even know. Like,
I don't even know this guy anymore.
Number 2, Bunny Kingdom.
Really?
wow!
I
haven't even played this game.
It's really good.
It's really
I've
good.
heard great things about it from you, too.
Yeah.
From us too.
It's really good.
Kind of a theme that's been going with a bunch of the games in my top 10 this year is drafting. In this game, when you're drafting cards, every card is a good card that you want to take. Like, there isn't that hate draft that you have in some games where you're like, well, I can take this card, which would be pretty good for me, or this card, which is really good for him, so I'm going to take it just because.
There usually isn't.
But, like, when you get your first 10 cards in a 3-player game, you're like, I can't really hate draft and take this. I need to take the 2 things that are good for me.
And you're like, can I just keep this hand?
Yeah,
You
I
sure
just
we
want
can't
all
just
these.
Keep this hand.
I've just got a lot of plays in it, and it's a lot of fun. There's just the fact that you're drafting your missions is really cool, because it's not like, okay, it's just whoever has like the biggest kingdom of bunnies wins, or whoever, I don't know what else they could do, but like, it's not something like that. It's not just like an area controlled type game where you're like drafting to like get a certain area. It's like, depending on what missions you draft is going to give you the points.
Bunny Kingdom.
I so thought Arcadia Quest was going to be your number 1 again.
But the thing is, I like Bunny Kingdom, so I'm like, Aaron, are we becoming better friends now?
I'm just trying to think of like what Simon game could replace Arcadia Quest. Maybe Masmora.
It could be Masmora, because it's the same thing. Just show us, come on.
Number 1 is Scythe.
Oh!
You guys called it.
We did call it, but we in the top 3. I didn't. I don't think I.
But
said
then you
top-
forgot
I think
about
you
it.
just said top 3. We're very drunk.
We
So-
filmed this one last.
Yeah, it is 1 a.m.
Scythe takes the number 1 spot for me because of the risk style battling that kind of takes place. Like the fact that you're, it's not as much battling as in Risk, because in this game you seem, every time I've played it, I seem to like kind of turtle back. I'm like, no, I'm just trying to spread out. You guys stay over there. We're gonna play nice. But you can you're increasing your troops. But I don't know. It's almost worker placement-ish. Not really. Like you just have to select an action on your turn, so you have to move your little
thing,
worker
yeah.
dude. Unless you're the red faction, and you can just keep taking the same action over and over, which is so powerful.
It's like 80% Euro,
Mm-hmm.
20% area control fighting, risky.
I just really enjoy it. The fact that like every faction plays different, and then even when you get a different faction, the player boards aren't like for a specific faction. You kind of like randomize those too. So the upgrading on those is like one of my favorite little things about it. Like the fact that okay, I'm gonna upgrade. I'm gonna take this cube from here to make this action better, and I'm gonna put it down here to make this bottom action cheaper for me. And it's just a really interesting mechanic that should be in more games.
And there's still 2 expansions that we haven't played yet.
Yeah.
Well, we've played Invaders from Afar. We haven't played Wing Gambit, and I mean the Rise of Fenris isn't
Isn't out yet.
but
And the big box. We haven't played that one yet.
that's just
Yeah.
a box.
but
We haven't played it yet.
It's true, we don't have it.
That is my list of my top 10 favorite games of all time as of right now. If you agree with any of those games or disagree, just leave a comment below and tell me about it.
We're going to have a purchase link down below for all the games he talked about. Maybe some expansions. Maybe a link to my top 10. Definitely not Tom's. No, don't watch
So we're going to
this.
have a link to just Tom's top 10, no other links. We'll also have links to any of the our thoughts for any of the games that we definitely did an our thoughts for Charterstone and Champions, things like that. And
Just
hey,
click on all the links.
yeah, just click every single link that's
Most
on there.
importantly, though, before clicking on the links, make sure you subscribe to our channel so you'll never be bored.
I wanted to steal that. I was about to say it. I was so close to saying
I
it.
got it first.
You want to do that again?
That was
Okay.
great. I
Whatever.
loved that.
Did you?
Wes, get off your phone. We were all so normal for mine.
We're so sober for yours. Are these for that game where you put the things in the pad?
Mm-mm.
No?
It's for this. You just
Oh.
press, right here, you press this button, and then you can put them on here, and you get a prize. So now I have star power. Dun, 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 dun.
Every time you put that on there?
So you just star power all the time. You only have to pay $14.99 to do it.